We ain't about to sit here and make no excuses for this L. They took. Jalen Hurts was throwing dimes. I saw it live and in color. Dimes. He was throwing dimes.
So we will see Jalen Hurts, Greg, as you talked about. I mean, so impressive all around. 25 total touchdowns for him.
Yeah, and as we said in the open, his progress and development as a pocket passer, I think that was a lot of the question when he entered the league a few years ago, was he going to develop enough as a true passer from within the pocket to be able to run an NFL-style offense? And what we're seeing is the answer is obviously yes, and his ability to do that, plus all of the movement stuff on traditional run game. It's all because of their physical and mental ability to handle it all.
Here's Hurts looking to throw, goes far side. There is A.J. Brown, makes his first catch against his former team as Fulton is there to knock him out of bounds, bring up a 3rd and short.
You know, there's so many teams around the league that have their identity. You know, we're an inside zone run team, or we're a drop back passing team. But to be able to do a little bit of all of those elements, you're only as good as your ability to block. You're only as good as your ability to protect up front or execute the concepts.
3rd down and 8. Got to get to the 35. It's 4-man rush. Hurts is looking, lofting. Got a man wide open. It's Devontae Smith. Good for a 1st down. So the Eagles convert the 3rd and long, even with the couple penalties.
Jalen Hurts knows he has man coverage. Devontae Smith in the slot, and he's just going to run an unbelievable corner route. Just set the defender up inside Trey Avery and just break to the corner. That's pitch and catch. He knows it's man coverage. Has one of his best players one-on-one versus off coverage. That's easy.
Near side, going back to the well again with Devontae Smith. Hurts to throw again. A lot of time. Just over the middle to Gainwell, who's wide open. 1st down and more. Spins down to the 35. Hurts had all day and just dumped it over the middle to Gainwell for a 14-yard gain.
Yeah, we've talked about his progression of working in the pocket, right? This is soft coverage, nobody there. Just dump it down to Gainwell. Nice job by the offensive line. Nice little spin move in the open field as they go tempo again.
Hurts on the fake, pressure, lofting deep. What?
Mike Vrabel told us if we allow them to catch uncontested slants in breaking routes off the play action, it's going to be a long day.
Miles Sanders checks back in at running back. Hurts again all day, going deep for the end zone. He's got it. Smith in for the touchdown.
Jalen Hurts just works this to perfection. Another example of just one-on-one. We saw Devontae Smith convert on 3rd down earlier to keep the drive alive. And if you're going to play him with such soft cushion, so much space between where you're aligned and his original starting point, he's just going to eat that space up. And it's a tough matchup for anybody with his speed. And Jalen Hurts is on the money.
Here's Elliott for the point after. And the kick is up and good. So how about the way this drive started? They had 2 penalties. They had to call a timeout, and then they decide to go right down the field. Devontae Smith gets home a 7-play, 75-yard drive, and it's the Eagles with the early 7-0 lead. Third down. Hurts needs 5. Going far sideline, low throw. Uncharacteristic to say the least. Here's Hurts, has time again, over the middle, beautifully thrown ball. Quez Watkins has the catch and a 1st down as he's up across the 30.
Yeah, with the addition of A.J. Brown, Quez Watkins not getting as much action as we saw last year. This is just a simple, he knows it's man-to-man, one-on-one. He's going to use his speed to just run away from the defender, Roger McCreary, and they can continue these last couple weeks. His impact's picking up. If he can become a 3rd impact player along with A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith, this passing game is just going to continue to develop.
Yeah, keep in mind the Eagles still playing without Dallas Goedert, who's on the injured reserve with a shoulder injury. Hurts back, loading up, going deep, taking a shot. Watkins is there, spins around.
Well, I'm sure there's a Philly fan somewhere trying to connect the dots of the two.
Been a bizarre start for them. So we'll just do it over on first down. Blitz is coming. Hurts sees it. A.J. Brown on the cross. In stride and a first down. The former Titan has his second catch as he's up across the 48-yard line. 13 yards to Brown.
Well, there's those in-breaking routes. That's what this whole RPO play action. See, they bring corner fire. Kevin Byard, the safety, he's playing over the top, thinking with the corner blitz, and I've got to play over the top of Brown. He just runs a quick little slant off the play action, and that's where they do their most damage because it's a lot of run after catch hitting these receivers.
1st and 15 from their 39. On the fake, Hurts. A lot of time, can run if he wants, instead throws on the run, and it is a catch. Devontae Smith got the toes down, and he's got his 4th catch of the day.
Yeah, would be surprised to see Philly try to stay on the ball, keep moving. Nice job there, Devontae Smith keeping his feet on the ball. I think he was able to keep his hands under it the entire time. Nice job there with his toes on the sideline. To the original line of game.
Yeah, they lose 9 yards. 2nd down. Hurts now steps up over the middle. He's got Jack Stoll, the tight end, who was wide open. And into Titans territory he goes, down to the 35. And Stoll's got 26 yards.
Great job here by Jalen Hurts. He uses his eyes. He moves David.
So Stoll, though, that was on the tight end. Blitz coming. It's picked up. Hurts says he's going to go deep. A.J. Brown is there. He's got it. Is he in? Touchdown.
Well, you're going to see about as good of a catch and as good of a job with your feet on the sideline. Watch his feet. All right, so his left foot.
So after all that, it's 2nd and 15. Hurts lofting deep again. Brown is wide open and he catches. He's going to walk in backwards. There's a penalty on the play and an injured Titan. It's Christian Fulton, so let's see on this one.
You're going to see there was clearly a collision. Fulton, number 26, it's just a double move. He's going to break out and then in. Fulton kind of runs. He gets kind of double moved. It's got to be on the defense, right? Yeah.
Defense, number 26. That penalty is applied. The play results in a touchdown.
That might be the first 41-yard touchdown called off. Next play, 41-yard touchdown in the history of the league.
Yeah, and A.J. Brown's letting these guys know he's no joke. I think that's the right call. You saw Fulton. The reason there was contact, the reason A.J. Brown ran him over is because he tries to get him on the double move, and he gets him. Fulton, he bites on the outbreaking route, and then when A.J. Brown redirects, he just runs right through him. So that's clearly defensive, illegal contact, defensive pass interference. What do you want to call it? Either way, it's a touchdown.
Well, now Fulton walking off under his own power. That's good news. So Brown made the unbelievable catch attempt and just couldn't get both feet in. And that time there was nobody within 30 yards of him. And he does get his touchdown against his former team. Got tabs on this whole thing so far?
We're keeping track of it.
7 penalties on the Eagles. Brown scores against the Titans. 3 for 61 yards now. And now Elliott's point after, make it a 7-point game. And it's up and good. So, A.J. Brown almost had a touchdown catch against his former team, and then a moment later, he did have a touchdown catch. And Nick Sirianni says, yeah, see, we all knew it would work out. With various nagging injuries, keep an eye on it. Here's Hurts, quick throw, far side, gets to Miles Sanders, who gets the touch. And Sanders picks up 5. Hurts, design run. Gets out to his left and looking for the first down marker, and he's right around it. It looks like he's got it to 3rd and 14. Blitz coming. Hurts, deck, gets rid of it, and it.
Philly's ability to generate explosive plays in the passing game. We'll see if that continues.
Try to get it out in the flat. Sanders gets the block. Miles Sanders across the 30 and sprinting out near the first down. Joe Schobert is in for him at linebacker, number 52. We told you Avery's playing corner. Here's Quez Watkins, who tries to slip outside, but there is Avery, the rookie. Here's Hurts on 1st and 10 over the middle. Low throw, but it's caught by Soul, and then he falls forward. It is across the 45 up to the 47 as we get near the 2-minute warning here. 4-man rush. Hurts lofts one over the middle again, going back to Gainwell, and he surges forward for another first down.
Yeah, Tennessee's gotten very conservative defensively on these last couple plays of this 2-minute drill. Kind of giving up everything underneath, giving up the checkdowns. Obviously not trying to give up any explosives over their head.
Hurts again, good amount of time. He's got A.J. Brown deep, and he throws it underthrown in, but gets a flag. Brown had Avery beat. Hurts, draw up the middle, and stuck at about the 2. Second and goal, design run again to the outside. Hurts trying to get there, and he's in for the touchdown.
Yeah, see Amani Hooker here. He's got to set this edge. Miles Sanders is going to block him, but watch him. He kind of runs right into the chest of Miles Sanders. The second Jalen Hurts gets that, now he's on the perimeter. He's as fast as any quarterback in the league. He's going to win that foot race. Against running quarterbacks, you've got to set edges. But the run in the red zone, the element in the numbers game that a running quarterback adds, it is such a challenge, and that's what makes defending Philadelphia so hard.
You're the MVP chance here in South Philly. The 9th rushing touchdown of the year for Jalen Hurts. So the run up the middle didn't work, so he just takes it to the outside. He's got 22 career rushing touchdowns. It's tied for the most all-time in a quarterback's first 31 starts with, interestingly enough, your longtime quarterback, Cam Newton. And the first thing you said to me this week on the phone, we always talk after you watch the tape, you said, I don't want to compare this to me, but like, he reminds me of Cam when he won the MVP.
It does. It reminds us of our 2015 Super Bowl run that we had in Carolina. They got a running dynamic quarterback with the ability to pass the ball efficiently out of the pocket and on the move. What he can do down in the red zone as a runner, I can't stress enough what that does to a defensive coordinator as they build their numbers game, right? It's like a math equation. We have this many defenders on each side to defend all of these eligible players, but no one ever accounts traditionally for the quarterback in that numbers game. But of course with Philadelphia you do, and oftentimes you just run out of people.
Eagles in the second quarter, man, that is certainly their quarter this year. 14-3, they've outscored the Titans here today in the second, and the 164 points in the second quarter, most in the NFL in any quarter.
Yeah, I think it's a credit to this staff. I think as the game finds its early rhythms, early timing, you get an idea of what your opponent wants to do on both sides of the ball. You settle in, you adjust your game plan, maybe your opening script. You found out a few things that work as the game unfolds, and that's exactly what Philly does.
Check down, Gainwell. First down up to the 40 with 19 seconds left. And now the Eagles will call their final timeout.
You see how deep they all are here? A lot of depth. Rally tackle, keep it in play.
4-man pressure. Hurts comes to the sideline to Scott, who gets out to the 45, 5-yard gain.
Big letdown.
What a bummer. 4th down and 1. Last play of the half, barring a penalty. They're going to throw it underneath instead. Devontae Smith has a bunch of blocking, actually. Smith inside the 20. It wasn't a bad idea. He got all the way down to the 16-yard line. But that'll do it for this first half.
It's good if you have him in fantasy.
It definitely works out. And so we go to the break with a 21-10 lead for the Eagles over the Titans. He's got it. Smith in for the touchdown. He catches, he's going to walk in backwards.
He's as fast as any quarterback in the league. He's going to win that foot race. Find a way to make this a 3-and-out and get the ball back if they want to find themselves getting back in the second half.
Hurts to throw it. Far side, Devontae Smith. Catch, block, spins away, and then gets smoked just short of the 40, close to a first down. The mark is right on that line.
Made his impact felt in this game today.
Hurts going to throw A.J. Brown. Easy pitch and catch, first down. Hurts over the middle, low throw, Stoll corrals it. You got to remind yourself the Eagles playing without Dallas Goedert, who's a terrific tight end. He's got 3 in this game. Second down and 3 after the 7-yard gain. Couple pumps. Hurts going deep for A.J. Brown. He has got it. Touchdown, Philadelphia.
This is actually pretty good coverage, but A.J. Brown is just having his absolute way with this Tennessee Titans secondary. Avery's right in his hip pocket, got his arms wrapped around him. It doesn't matter. A.J. Brown's had this game circled. Former team coming into his place. He's been unstoppable.
Extra point is good. A.J. Brown, 5 catches, 95 yards, 2 touchdowns against his former team. Despite the good coverage, it doesn't matter. Brown's got 2 against the team that drafted him.
You get called for a penalty.
3rd and long. Hurts lofting one deep. Devontae Smith.
I'm sure there's some people from Abington listening to this right now, enjoying their Eagles.
Here is Jalen Hurts. A lot of time. Looking, coming to A.J. Brown, who makes the catch. Up to the 39. Look at this bunch by the Eagles on top. They've got 4 in there, including Boston Scott. Hurts looking the other way, one-on-one with A.J. Brown. That seems to be a good formula. And he works his way for another first down. A.J. Brown has his 7th catch of the day. And some hard feelings against Adams, who was not in Tennessee with Brown when he was there. This is his first year there.
And their bunch again here, KB. Again, soft coverage on the outside. This time Adams is cheating a little further over to Brown's side.
Now they're going to run it. Hurts, nobody home, another penalty. And Hurts rolls out of bounds about a half-yard short of a first down.
They're still one of the best units in the league.
1st and long. Hurts over the middle, and he's got a completion. Beautiful throw. Grant Calcaterra makes the catch. Just a 3rd of his season for the rookie from SMU, and he's got 20.
And again, nice job by Hurts with his eyes moving the underneath coverage. I would find myself saying, I'm not sure if this kid's ever going to get it. There's just too much for him to learn, and lo and behold.
Watkins, a little flip. Watkins, first down.
You know, lo and behold now with the tutelage of Jeff Stoutland and another Kelsey said, I don't think maybe under any other offensive line coach. And it's crazy.
Pretty amazing. First down. Oh, look at this little trickery. Back to Hurts. Now comes back to Watkins. Gets a block from Mailata. Quez Watkins. I mean, why not pull out the bag of tricks right now for Philadelphia?
That was the most elaborate gain of 4, maybe in NFL history.
2nd down and 6. Hurts. And it's caught just before the first. A.J. Brown again, who is triple tackled. 3rd down and 6 here after that penalty. Hurts back to throw. Lofting over the middle and has a completion that's going to be maybe a hair short. It's Zach Pascal's got his first catch of the day, playing for Watkins, and you see it. It'll be 4th down and a short yard.
And Nick Sirianni has 0 thought about kicking this field goal. They're going to put this game away.
Now they get into the quarterback sneak. They're going to do it, and they're going to get it. I mean, they do it and get it almost every time. I know they got denied twice against Green Bay, but no one in the league better than the Eagles at that. And Jalen Hurts, what he has done has been beyond impressive. Told you about his week last week. How about the first player in team history with 350-plus pass yards, 3 TD passes, and 1 rushing TD. That's what he's got today. Open the show talking about him potentially being the MVP. Another one, and it sure looked like he's got it. We'll see where the spot is.
That looks like, we mentioned our Pop Warner team, that looks like offenses 5th and 6th grade football teams run, where everyone just lines up right behind the quarterback and they just run straight, and there's nothing you can do to stop it.
And, you know, you can't say enough about Jalen Hurts, but if you look at this powered by AWS Next Gen, just look at his progression from last year to this year. The quarterback rating, 10-yard plus attempts. So just to show you, it's not just dump offs, it's the best in the NFL. #1.